Hey everyone, welcome back to our New Testament challenge. Today we're in Luke chapter 5. And here is truly one of my favorite stories in Scripture on Jesus calling on his disciples. And he calls out Simon Peter, as we see here. And it's the story of Simon and Peter and his brothers out and they're fishing and they hadn't caught anything all night. And if you're a fisherman and you've been out and you've tried to catch fish all night and you haven't, that makes for a long night. And it's pretty, it's depressing, it's saddening, and it's just not fun when you're not catching anything. But there's a reason they call it fishing and not catching. But here, I love Jesus' phrase, his wording here. It says in verse 10, it says, "So were James and John, Zebedee's sons, who were Simon's partners. Don't be afraid," Jesus told Simon. "From now on, you will be catching people." Then they brought the boats to land, left everything, and followed him. And so we see here that Jesus is calling these men to come be his disciples, and they lay down everything to go and follow Jesus. But Jesus uses this wording of, from now on, you'll be catching people. So he is signifying that, hey, you're no longer going to be a fisherman by trade. You're going to be catching people. And I think we, oftentimes like, oh, that's a fishing phrase. He used that just to hook them in and tell them what they were going to be doing. But you and I are also called to go and to catch people, to go and to no longer be fishing for fish, but fishing for people. And when I say that, what I'm talking about is you and I are to be going and to casting a net of the gospel out. And so what these guys were doing is they were casting these big nets, huge nets, and they were trying to bring in as many fish as possible. But they would have to throw it out and have the fish be caught up in the nets and brought them in. And so what you and I are called to do as followers of Jesus, as fishers of men, is to go outward to catch the net of the gospel. Because this is the thing. You if you continually throw a net and there's fish out there, then something will in fact be caught. It might be one, it might be two, it might be 2,000. But this is the thing. If you go out and you're continually casting the net of the gospel, people are going to hear and people are going to understand and people are going to want to come to know Jesus, because that is the power of the gospel. But the only way that people hear the gospel is if you cast that net of telling them to go and to preach the gospel. So today, as you walk through your halls of your school or your workplace or being around your friends, I challenge you to cast the net of the gospel, to put the gospel out there so that people can ask you questions about it and so that people may come to know Jesus. So I hope you all have a great rest of your day.